Without AI regulations, we are at a very high risk. The billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk discusses what AI should be and the role it plays in people's lives. Musk, along with some tech moguls, called for AI regulation during a Capitol Hill meeting with US lawmakers. But why is the same person who is striving to make his own unique AI technology under XAI coming up with such warnings? Come, let's see. Elon Musk was among a number of top technology executives who met at the US Capitol for a Senate forum discussing artificial intelligence, AI. During the discussion, Musk reportedly echoed warning of the threat AI poses to humanity if action is not taken to regulate the emerging technology. Billionaire tech entrepreneur called AI more dangerous than nuclear warhead and said there is needs to be a regulatory body overseeing the development of superintelligence. Musk proposed to include a dedicated referee to ensure safe AI practices, with discussions also focusing on the potential risks of emerging technologies such as deepfakes. Musk said there was a need for a regulator to ensure the safe use of AI. It's important for us to have a referee. Musk warned lawmakers that AI could pose a civilization risk if not regulated, according to Senator Cynthia Lummis, RYO, in a report. Other tech executives attending the forum included Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, former Microsoft CEO Bill Gates, Alphabet Google CEO Sundar Pichai, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, and more. Lawmakers are seeking ways to mitigate the danger of the emerging technology, which has boomed in investment and consumer popularity since the release of OpenAI's ChatGPT chatbot. The news comes after Musk joined several other industries professionals in signing calls to pause the development of certain AI systems earlier this year. Altman did not sign the letter, though he later went on to help pen an OpenAI document calling for increased governance over superintelligence systems. Alongside efforts at Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, The Boring Company, and X, Musk also launched XAI earlier this year, which is an AI startup that says it intends to understand the true nature of the universe. Following the meeting, Musk spoke with reporters at the Capitol as he left, noting that attendees were nearly all in agreement that steps needed to be taken towards regulating AI. This meeting may go down in history as being very important for the future of civilization, Musk said. When asked if he thought legislation would come out of this meeting, Musk answered, probably, though he isn't sure what the timeframe for such legislation would look like. Additionally, Musk said in an interview that nearly everyone raised their hands when Schumer asked who was in favor of regulation on AI development, which he called a good sign. Reporters also pressed Musk on what kind of actions the Senate might take in response to the forum. While he declined to know exactly what the government would do, he alluded to the past creation of regulatory agencies, later saying that perhaps a separate department of AI could be created. Before leaving, Musk was asked if he thought AI would destroy humanity. Musk responded, "There is some chance that is above zero that AI will kill us all. I think it's low. But if there is some chance, I think we should also consider the fragility of human civilization." Musk told reporters comparing it to sports. The billionaire, who also owns the social media platform X, added that a regulator would ensure that companies take actions that are safe and in the interest of the general public. Musk called AI a double-edged sword during the forum. Zuckerberg said Congress should engage with AI to support innovation and safeguards. This is an emerging technology. There are important equities to balance here, and the government is ultimately responsible for that. He added that it was better that the standard is set by American companies that can work with our government to shape these models on important issues. Lawmakers want safeguard against potentially dangerous deepfakes such as bogus videos, election interference, and attacks on critical infrastructure. Schumer emphasizes the need for regulations ahead of the 2024 US general election, particularly around deepfakes. A lot of things that have to be done, but that one has a quicker timetable than some of the others, he said. In March, Musk and a group of AI experts and executives called for a 6-month pause in developing systems more powerful than OpenAI's GPT-4, citing potential risks to society. Regulators globally have been scrambled to draw up the rules governing the use of generative AI, which can create text and generated image whose artificial origins are virtually undetectable. Recently, Adobe, ADBE.O, IBM, NVIDIA, and 5 other companies said they had signed President Joe Biden's voluntary AI commitments requiring steps such as watermarking AI-generated content. The commitment announced in July are aimed at ensuring AI's power is not used for a destructive purpose. Google, OpenAI, and Microsoft signed in on July. The White House has also been working on an AI executive order. Tesla and SpaceX chief executive Elon Musk has pushed again for a proactive regulation of artificial intelligence because by the time we are reactive in the AI regulations, it's too late. Musk said, normally the way regulations are set up is when a bunch of bad things happen, there's a public outcry, and after many years, a regulatory agency is set up to regulate the industry. It takes forever. that in the past has been bad but not something which represented a fundamental risk to the existence of the civilization. Musk has previously stated that AI is one of the most pressing threats to the survival of the human race and that his investments in the developments were made with the intention of keeping an eye on its development. AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive, because by the time that we are reactive in AI regulation, it'll be too late. While Musk has repeatedly shared his worries over AI and its development, which is seen as inevitable in some regards to go about regulating AI's development, Musk suggests that the first stage would be to learn as much as possible to better understand the problem. Musk also talked about the electric and self-driving cars, saying that at some stage, having a non-autonomous vehicle intended for travel rather than recreation would be considered strange, and that the biggest threat to autonomous cars would be a hack of the software and take control of a fleet of connected vehicles. It's not the first time Musk has made frightening predictions about the potential of artificial intelligence. He has, for example, called AI vastly more dangerous than North Korea, and he has previously called for a regulatory oversight. Some have called his tough talk fear-mongering. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg said Musk's doomsday AI scenarios are unnecessary and pretty irresponsible. And Harvard professor Steven Pinker also recently criticized Musk's tactics. To do this, Musk recommended the development of artificial intelligence be regulated. I am not normally an advocate of regulation and oversight. I think one should generally err on the side of minimizing those things. But this is a case where you have a very serious danger to the public, said Musk. It needs to be a public body that has insight and then oversight to confirm that everyone is developing AI safely. This is extremely important. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to build nuclear warheads if they want. That would be insane, he said. I'm not really all that worried about the short-term stuff. Narrow AI is not a species-level risk. It will result in dislocation, in lost jobs, and better weaponry and that kind of things, but it's not a fundamental species-level risk, whereas digital superintelligence is, explained Musk. So it is really all about laying the groundwork to make sure that if humanity collectively decides that creating digital superintelligence is the right move, then we should do so very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. This is the most important thing that we could possibly do. Still, Musk is in the business of artificial intelligence with his venture Neuralink, XAI, and so on to create a way to connect the brain with machine intelligence and to know it's possible. Musk hopes that we are able to achieve a symbiosis with artificial intelligence. We do want a close coupling between collective human intelligence and digital intelligence, and we are trying to help in that regard. We're trying to create a high bandwidth interface between AI and the human brain, he said. So, what do you think about state intervention to control AI? Are they supposed to limit new AIs coming to the market by these giants instead of shadow banning it? Comment your thoughts and findings. Until next time, bye! And wait, don't forget to like and subscribe.